Good afternoon, everyone. Today I feel honored to be with you. And my father, who always loved the Marist, is smiling down on all of us as well. He was a Marist brother back in the 30s. And I remember him as a child often speaking to us about how the brothers walked across the Hudson River when it was frozen. And many times, Brother Leo Vincent, Wally as he came to be known to us, he and another brother used to visit my parents when we lived in Parkchester. And in fact, when my mother died, he wrote a beautiful letter to my father, which we all appreciated a great deal. And my brother went to the Mount. So I feel I am a Marist. And Brother Owen told me recently he knows a Marist when he sees one. Today I am here to share with you my dear St. Joseph, who I was introduced to while I was a junior at Preston High School in the Bronx. Sister Eileen, who had a tremendous love for him, invited me to the chapel one day, which was in the school, and we stood in front of the statue of St. Joseph. And she said, "Joseph, I would like to introduce you to a friend of mine. Maureen, meet St. Joseph. He will do wonderful things for you. Just go to Joseph, Maureen." And I have ever since. He has worked miracles for me and for the loved ones that I have. Today, I'd like to share with you 3 qualities of Joseph that I think can inspire and challenge us as we faithfully live out each day, whether we are young or old, in physical health or not. I encourage you, in your silent time these days, to ponder these qualities and ask Joseph to deepen them within you. They already may be yours, but we can always go deeper. As Psalm 42 says, deep calls to deep. So Joseph was a dreamer and a good listener. Might Joseph, as he prayed each day, beg his God to open the door of his heart so that he might be able to listen more deeply to that still, small voice, which has been evidenced in his prayers and as he followed his dreams. No word of his is mentioned in all of the scriptures. However, we also know that actions speak louder than words, as seen in how he did listen to his dreams and act upon them. One of his dreams was early on when he was told not to be afraid to take Mary as his wife because she was conceived by the Holy Spirit. And then later on he was warned to leave Bethlehem and flee to Egypt. And another dream was while he was in Egypt, he was then told it was safe to go back to Israel. Joseph was a just man, capable of dreaming. He took risks and took on difficult tasks as a result of listening to his dreams. Sometimes it is difficult to listen to another or to a group. However, listening can help to clarify a truth of your own or of the group. For this, we can go to Joseph and ask for his grace and the gift of wisdom in making the best of choices. Sometimes when we are at prayer and dreaming, or just trying to listen to the voice of God, perhaps we will know how to ask or offer forgiveness of another or for ourselves. Pope Francis has asked that our dear saint, quote, grant all of us the ability to dream, because when we dream, great things, good things, we draw near to God's dream for us. So do you listen to your night dreams or those daydreams when you are wondering, what is God's dream for me and for all the Maris of Champagne as we enter this year devoted to our dear saint? Trust that Joseph will be listening and will answer your prayers. And Joseph was a lover and a companion. In Psalm 63, the words are, "Open your heart to love, and you will live in peace and joy." Joseph was so lovingly engaged, heart and soul, in protecting and providing for the little family of Nazareth. Bishop Fulton J. Sheen reflected that no husband and wife ever loved one another so much as Joseph and Mary. In St. Joseph, Mary experienced a perfect reflection and mirror of God's love for her. There were those very special moments of joy when Joseph was with Mary, let's say as she gave birth, or when they sat together watching Jesus playing with his friends, or when Jesus would be bounding into the home to share with his parents what he had just done. Joseph loved sharing that time and being with Mary. But she also had sad times, such as when she lost Jesus. Joseph was there, though, to wrap his arms about her, to give her some comfort, and was with her then in the search. Joseph's love for her was always there, and Mary knew she could count on his precious presence. Isn't it loving presence that always sees us through the difficult moments? Those moments in our life when people come to us in an actual presence, or a phone call, or a note, or an email. And then Joseph loved Jesus as his son. He fed, educated, sheltered, clothed, and protected Jesus out of that tremendous love. And Jesus needed a father to teach him how to work, such as a carpenter. Can you imagine again Joseph's joy on seeing how Jesus finished making his first table? Joseph loved and cherished those moments. His loving spiritual fatherhood has the power to draw you and me extremely close to the hearts of Jesus and Mary. What part of the life of Joseph do you resonate with? And do you know why you do so? And then Joseph was trustworthy and trusting. God knew when he chose Joseph for the tasks that were to follow that he could count on him to show up, as they say now, that he would be trustworthy. Right from the beginning, Joseph trusted to take Mary for his wife, no matter what the chatter might be about that decision he made. Once again, he trusted all his dreams that always presented a challenge and or a risk, especially on that trip to Bethlehem. Would he find a place of shelter for Mary to give birth? Joseph knew, though, God would be with him, provide all the help that would be needed. No one had ever said that his life would be an easy one. Do you see yourself? Have you seen yourself in challenging moments? And have you had the grace to be confident that your God would be or has been accompanying you? You may have heard of Brother Andre Bessette. who is now Saint Andre. He was a lay brother in the Congregation of the Holy Cross. He lost both of his parents when he was very, very young, but he had strong devotion to Saint Joseph. I have only my devotion to Saint Joseph, he once said. He also said that when you invoke Saint Joseph, you don't have to do a lot of talking. You know your Father in heaven has done great things for you. Well, so does his friend Saint Joseph. Ask him, if you were in my place, Joseph, what would you do? Saint Andre initiated the construction of Saint Joseph's Oratory in Montreal, Canada. It has become the largest church dedicated to Saint Joseph, and I have had the privilege to visit it with my parents many years ago. And as you walk in that door of the oratory, there is so much evidence of Joseph's cures through Brother Andre's intercession. The wall is lined with canes and crutches and letters and notes, all in honor of Saint Joseph and what he had done for them. So to close now our time spent with Saint Joseph, I share a quote of Pope Pius XII, who said, "If you wish to be close to Christ, we again repeat today, go to Joseph." Yes, go to him, and let him speak of all the wonderful gifts he desires to give to you, your loved ones, your ministries, and the wonderful Maris community. Good things, great things will be done. When I finished putting my thoughts together for this sharing, I thought once again of Sister Eileen. I think she is standing right next to my father now, and they are both smiling down on all of us. As St. Joseph is proud of each one of you, so I am proud to have been with you today and to know my origins started